First of all, just welcome everybody. Appreciate your interest and support. We are very excited about the season opening. I think it starts with kind of things we've done with our staff. We lost 2 really good staff members over the summer, but we replaced them with 2 really good people and really good coaches. Talia Mayberry, who played for us here at Tulsa, led us to the NCAA tournament her senior year. She's back. She's on staff now after receiving her MBA, after playing internationally for 3 years. So we're excited about what she brings to our program as a person, as a coach, as a mentor. Excited about the things that she's going to do for us. The other new addition is Roman Owen. He and I used to work camps together at OU. He's been a head coach at MacU. He's been an assistant at Yale. He's been on the men's side, so he understands the way everything connects. And of course, Shane Coffey's still a member of our staff, and so just excited about our staff overall and the good things that we're doing together. As far as our team, these guys on either side of me are going to be a big part of what we do this year. I think, first of all, Crystal being a senior, the kind of finish she had to her junior season, had a double-double against Houston in the conference tournament. I think she's poised and ready for a really big year. Alexis, to my right, played most of the conference season last year with a stress fracture. That's healed up now. She's back to 100%. So I think everything really starts with these 2 guys, and I'm excited to what the leadership that these 2 are going to bring to our team.
Crystal, for you, to hear your coach say that you're poised for a big year, do you see that for yourself?
Yes, I do. Just it's my senior year, and usually your senior year you give it your all, and we're looking to have a winning season this year. So, in order for us to have a winning season, it starts with the players doing what they need to do, especially as an individual. Hopefully, I've been doing what I need to do and more, so hopefully it'll pay off in the end.
I hear your conditioning has been really good. What's changed with that?
I'm the type to love late night snacks, so that was a big thing. Is cutting that out, and so cutting that out, and knowing that I'm really about it having a good season this year. So knowing I need to cut out those late night snacks in order for us to win, I'll cut out the late night snacks.
What was your go-to late night snack?
Quick Trip, get some snacks from there. I'll get like some barbecue chips, maybe a little yeah, it's bad, but it's better now.
Shout out to Quick Trip. And I think the other part of that is Crystal made the decision this summer to not go home for 3 weeks and not be around a trainer and a strength coach. And she spent that time here instead working with Joe Perez, our strength coach, and I think that made a huge difference.
Coach Kendry, and I mentioned to you, Kendry, she looks like she's in good shape. I mean, in general, has everybody come back in good condition?
Yeah, I think it's been a good summer from a physical standpoint. We've had some little injuries here and there. We haven't been at full strength since the fall began. We've had a couple out with concussions. We've had Kayla Moutry, a freshman, missed a lot of the summer with knee surgery, but she's back almost 100%. We've had, we had a little scare with Crystal, went down with a knee injury, thought it was much worse than it really was. So she's getting back to 100%. We've had just little things happen, and we're excited about finally getting everybody back to 100%, I think, by the time our season starts.
Having such a big roster, 15 on the roster now, how has that helped with practice, getting to have 3 teams out there?
Well, first of all, the additions to the roster was very intentional. We felt like last year having 12, we didn't always have the options we wanted. We didn't feel like we were getting enough energy and commitment, and we just decided to load up that roster with guys that had motors. And those 5 freshmen that we brought in, they all have motors. They all play hard. And I think those 5, whether they realize it or not, they have amped the intensity from everybody else. Everybody else had it, but we just weren't always getting it. And I think because of the way these freshmen played in their high school career, I think it made some of these older guys remember, oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to be like. And so we're getting better effort and intensity from everybody. And then having we've had 4 or 5 people out different times. I don't think we've gone below 10 healthy on the floor yet, but we have been to 10 a couple times.
How important is it to this program to be able to get back to the NCAA tournament, and do you think you have the building blocks this season to do that?
Well, the biggest change that has happened is us joining the American Conference, and it's way different than the Conference USA. For as good as Conference USA was to us, and for as much success as we had going into a conference where mainly the schools are putting so much more money into their programs, the athleticism is far greater, and so it's taken us a minute to get caught up with some of that. That first year, we finished 3rd in the league, but we were kind of an unknown to everybody. And now the last couple of years, we've kind of suffered because of that, but I think we're back to where we want to be now at this point.
Lex, having Talia here now, she was a point guard at Tulsa. Now you are a point guard at Tulsa. How has that helped you out to have someone that has been literally in your shoes to be able to bounce things off of?
She's been a big, great mentor to me personally. Just the small talks on the side of practice. We've actually had a conversation outside of practice, and that's been like just talking about the future and the season and what to expect and like all the expectations needed. So she's been a great mentor to me already, even though the season hasn't even started.
I think when Talia was here as a player, your team's going to be successful when your best player is your hardest worker. And Talia Mayberry was that every single day. She was the first one to practice. She was the last one to leave. And everybody else stepped up to her standards. And that's what she's bringing now to our program as a coach. Her responsibility every day in practice is to work with our point guards. Make sure those guards are understanding the game, they understand time and score, they understand positioning, they understand transition. That's her job every day, is to be in those point guards' head, to constantly be talking to them, and it's been beneficial.
Coach, you mentioned the league kind of adjusted to you guys after you first came in, and now how do you kind of do the reverse? How do you adjust to the league and get back into that kind of top tier teams?
Well, I think this is a great year for us to take a big step forward. I look at least 3 programs in our league that had huge losses to graduation and other things. I think SMU now has 7 freshmen on their roster. I think they have maybe 1 senior and 2 juniors, or or vice versa. But they're mostly freshmen and sophomores. Memphis had to bring in a whole new crew pretty much. Wichita State had to bring in a whole new crew. So there were teams that had devastating losses. And we return everybody except Erica Wakefield. And while she was a huge part of our team, we've got other guys that can step in and fill the role that Erica had. So now it's about us taking advantage of some of the people that these other teams lost.
And you were so young last year, Coach. Talk about the transition now, actually having, 10 letter winners back, 4 starters?
Yeah, I think the last 2 years we've been young,
Yeah.
but we can't keep using that as an excuse. Now our scorers are juniors and seniors, and now our juniors and seniors have to lead our team. And they've been through the wars, they've been through the struggles, they've also seen some good times. And as poorly as we finished last year in terms of a record, we finished strong. We were still playing hard until the end. To go to the conference tournament and beat Houston in the first round, and then lost to Cincinnati basically on a last-second shot. Houston finished 5th in our league, and we beat them twice. Now they're ranked they're preseason number 4 in our league. So we feel like there's a lot of teams in our league that we can play with now. It's just a matter of us being able to take care of some details and being able to finish things out.
Talk about your schedule, especially the early part of the schedule, how it'll set you up for the American League.
Well, we've got a good tournament going to Arizona State, play Alabama in the first round, and then La Tech and Arizona State would be one of the other opponents. We've got Stetson coming in here at home to open up things. That's a noon game on election day. So, you know, go vote and come to the game, or come to the game and go vote, but do both. You know, however you have to do it, go do both. Then we go on the road after Stetson, and we go to American in DC, and then we play that on a Friday night, and then go right to Belmont in Nashville on a Monday night. Those two teams were very successful. Both of them had great years last year, and so we're looking forward to going back. Both of those teams had some key losses as well, so we're looking forward to making that trip.
With all the newcomers, do you see one or two standing out to being a main contributor right away? Because you've had that the last few years now.
Well, out of the 5, probably 3 of them have had some kind of injury. Maddie Biddle was doing great, and now she has shin splints in both legs and hasn't practiced the last 2 days, but she'll be fine. She'll get healed, and she'll be a contributor. Like I said, Kayla Mutri had knee surgery during the summer, so it's been, you know, slow coming back from that. KK Rodriguez has had a concussion. She's been out for a couple weeks. She's making her way back. But the one that's probably stood out the most is probably Desiree Lewis. She was under-recruited because she's an undersized post player. We're playing her at a 4. The kid has a motor. She just competes every single day, and she's really pushed our 4 and 5 guys at practice every day. And then Ella, our international kid from Iceland, she's just getting used to the physicalness of the game. She's never been knocked around in the paint like she's getting knocked around right now. So even she will admit it was a struggle at first, but she's getting more used to it every single day.